Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to be making this sweet and beautiful card using the Gotta Have It All bundle, the Share What You Love Gotta Have It All bundle that is being offered during May of 2018 from Stampin' Up. Now these products are early release from the annual catalog that goes live in June, and Stampin' Up has put together some bundles, the Getting Started bundle, a Little More Please bundle, and the Gotta Have It All bundle, so that we can have a taste of what's to come in the annual catalog. And believe me, this bundle does not disappoint. It is absolutely beautiful. I got this one for myself because I had to have this beautiful designer series paper, and we're going to be using a little bit of that today on our card. Now, in addition, I have added some black ink and black cardstock just to make a more dramatic look for this monochromatic card. So to start with, we're going to need a piece of rich raspberry cardstock, cut at 5.5 by 8.5, a piece of Whisper White cut at 4 by 5.25, a piece of basic black cut at 3.25 by 4.25, a piece of that beautiful designer paper, and we're using this rich raspberry side, and that's cut at 3 by 4, and the back is a beautiful floral print. And then a little square of Whisper White, 2.5 by 2.5. Now, you could use the Very Vanilla, which is the neutral, the light neutral that comes in the bundle. I just chose to use Whisper White for this particular card. All right, so let's get started. Let's get the base ready. I'm going to take and meet the two corners and find my bone folder and give it a good crease. You can see I've been working with this bundle, having so much fun playing with it. All right, now we're going to do some background stamping on the bundle, on the card base, and I'm using these two stems here, and I'm also going to be using a sentiment from this Make a Difference set and the Statement of My Heart stamp for the inside of the card. So for the outside of the base, we are going to use some rich raspberry ink, and I've already have those two stemmed pieces mounted, and I'm going to go around the edges of 3 sides of this card base, just staggering them. Originally when I made this card, I had pulled these images in and they were covered up by the basic black cardstock. Didn't want to do that, so I'm just going around the edges and going off the edge of the card. All right, now let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and put these two layers on the card, and I'm going to take the basic black and angle it. You can see I can see those stems around it, and use some snail and just angle that card where those stems are showing. Now I'm going to take this designer paper piece and angle it the other way. Just like that. Now let's do some stamping and a little bit of coloring. You're going to need to use a permanent ink. Either currently we have the Archival Black, or if you have Jet Black StazOn, you can use that as well. And let me find my stamp. I'm using this stemmed flowers, and I'm going to take this and angle this a bit and give it a good stamp. Now, that didn't work so well, so let's restamp that, and I'm going to go over on the back. I need to have my cushion underneath, and that will help with this photopolymer. Okay. There we go. Makes all the difference, that little cushion. The photopolymer stamps don't have the cushion that our red rubber stamps do, so that's why using the Stampin' Pierce mat is recommended, or something underneath it that will give it a cushion. Now I'm going to take the Rich Razzleberry ink and pump the lid so that I get a little bit of ink there in the lid. And I'm going to take my blender pen and give it some color. All right, I think I'm going to sit down to do this. All right, so I'm just going to do this, and I want it pretty bold. So I'm just going to give each of these sections some bold color of Rich Razzleberry. I'm just dipping the blender pen into the well that I've put in the ink lid here. And this goes quickly, and I'm not going over it too much. It's the Whisper White cardstock is not real absorbent, but you can color on it with blender pens if you don't keep going over it and make the paper peel up. You could also use shimmery white cardstock for this technique, or watercolor paper. One of the first tools I used was the blender pen when I first started with Stampin' Up. Before I even became a demonstrator, I purchased a set of watercolor pencils and a set of blender pens and had so much fun coloring. So you could also use watercolor pencils on this as well. Okay. And I'm not going to add anything to the black stems. I had thought about adding some old olive, but I think I'm going to leave them as I have on the sample card. Okay, so I'm going to leave that, and it's okay if there are a few white spaces. Then I'm going to take this Made with Love stamp, and it is from this Make a Difference stamp set that is in that bundle. And I'm going to use, I could use my Archival Black, but I'm going to use my Tuxedo Memento Black because I'm not going to be coloring it. And I'm going to stamp it right here in the corner. I'm going to test this. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to jazz this up a little bit. And I'm using some elements from the Share What You Love embellishment kit. And it has this beautiful, it's like twine, but it's more the thickness and weight. I'm going to call it thread. Okay. And so I'm just going to make a loopy bow without tying anything. So I'm going to do, let's go ahead and do 3 on each side. And then I'm going to go ahead and snip the edges. And then take just a little bit of snail. You could also use a glue dot. And I'm going to put the center over that. And I'm going to pinch that together and spread these out so it's more like a bow there. And then watch, I'm going to do something in the center that's going to take the place of the knot. I'm going to use one of these adhesive backed metal roses or blooms and just peel the protective paper back and apply that right there in the center. See there how that finishes that off? Okay, so now let me find the rest of my card. And we're going to apply this to the front. And because this piece is angled this way, let's go back this way a bit like the basic black. And there's my little boo-boo on the back. All right. And now we can just take it, just like that. Okay, so now for the inside of the card, I'm going to take this single Statement of My Heart stamp, and let's borrow one of these blocks here. And I probably need a bigger one, but let's see. I'm going to make that work so I don't have to go searching. Let's get Rich Razzleberry and ink it up. And then we're just going to square that up and stamp that right in the center. There we go. And now we can put that on the inside of our card. Just like there. And there you have a sweet little card that you can send to someone. I just love this sentiment, this vision goal of Stampin' Up, and I love that it's made into a stamp. And it's only going to be available with this Gotta Have It All bundle. It's not going to be in the annual catalog, so it's a great stamp. And I love this bundle, and I think you will too. If you have any questions, let me know. Visit my website at inkinspirations.com, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.